Okay. I've been a trapper, trader, scout, and guide most of my adult life. The Cheyenne had a name for me. Horse voice. I suppose it's better than horse face. My name, my birth name, is Charles Autobee. I later dropped the S, so it just became Autobee. And I was born in 1812 in St. Louis, Missouri. My father was a Frenchman who had journeyed west in order to seek adventure and fortune. In 1828, when I was 16, my half-brother, the famous frontiersman Tom Tobin, you know Tom Tobin? Have you heard of his name? Yes. Good. For you who have not, maybe it'll be a story for another time. He and I moved to a region of the Southwest, which would eventually become northern New Mexico. Back then, Spain still laid claim to all the land south of the Arkansas. We stayed there for a while. In 1842, I met the young woman, Serafina Avila, who became my first wife. And we ended up having 5 children together. Sometime later, 1853, I was asked by my friend, Ceran St. to create a settlement up north, specifically along the Arkansas. So I took some people with me, and we've built a small settlement at the junction of the Arkansas and Huerfano Rivers. We built adobe homes, dug irrigation ditches, we tilled the rich soil, and I decided to name this settlement Autobee's Plaza. We had many, many good harvests there, enough to attract other settlers into the area. While my family kept busy farming, I fought off hostile Indians, but I also found some friendly Indians to trade with, like the Arapaho and the Cheyenne. I even found myself an employee of the military, which was stationed nearby at Fort Reynolds. Well, after the hostile Indian problem ceased, the Army abandoned their bases and camps, so I leased them out to other settlers that came into the area. The following year, in 1854, in December, there was a adobe fort to the west of my plaza, El Pueblo, which suffered a horrible massacre of their Hispano population. I helped recover the bodies, and I helped to bury them. 10 years later, in 1864, I was witness to a terrible massacre led by Colorado's 3rd Cavalry at Sand Creek, where many Cheyenne and Arapaho people were killed. I was able to save many. I even took one orphan in as my own son and raised him that way. Well, life went on at Autobee's Plaza. But even though I had lived there for over 30 years, apparently wasn't long enough to convince the federal government that I had owned the land, and they took it from me. I was also promised money from the federal government for being an Indian fighter, and I never received that pension. I I did receive a small pension from the state of Colorado, but it was not much. And when I had died in 1882, I was virtually penniless, and I had no land. But many of my descendants lived on in the area. Many are here in Pueblo County and still carry my name, Autobee. Many also have Hispano names, like Ortiz, Martinez, Rail, Nava, and some others. My final resting place is near where I lived, in an area now known as Avondale at the St. Vran Cemetery. I thank you for coming out and listening to my story. If you go further down the walkway, you will hear another story from another ghost. You all have a fine evening.